So exercise 1025 is about interest capitalization. It says Thornton Industries began construction of a warehouse on July 1st, 2018. The project was completed on March 31st, 2019, and no new loans were required to fund construction. Thornton does have the following two interest-bearing liabilities that were outstanding throughout the construction period. And construction expenditures incurred were as follows. So because construction expenditures are not incurred evenly throughout the period, we need to create the average accumulated expenditures to figure out our total. So average accumulated expenditures So because they started in July 1st and 2008 ends in December 31st, it's a total of 6 months. And so first we're going to write all of our expenditures. So July 1st, we incurred $400,000. And then September 30th, we incurred $600,000. First, we're going to figure out 2018. And then in November 30th, we incurred another $600,000. And what you want to do is multiply it by the amount of months that it was outstanding, or that it was present in the balance sheet, basically. Income statement. And so if it was incurred in July 1st, that means it was at the beginning of the period throughout to the end of the period, so you multiply it by 6 over 6. And September 30th was around in the middle of the period, so you would multiply it by 3 over 6. November 30th was incurred around the end, so only 1 month was left, so it would be 1 month out of 6 months that were available in the fiscal year, before the fiscal year end. And so after multiplying, your total will arrive at around 400,000 for the July 1st, 300,000 for September 30th, and 100,000 for November 30th. And when you add all these together, you get 800,000 in average accumulated expenditures for the year of 2018. And then next, in order to figure out the amount of interest capitalized for 2018, we need to find the weighted average rate of interest, because as you can see, we have two interest-bearing liabilities, so we cannot just apply one interest rate to all of our expenditures. So first we're going to take our $2 million for our 8% note, which would arrive at around $160,000 in interest. And the next is our $8 million bond, 0.04 interest, which is $320,000 in interest. Add these together, you would arrive at $480,000. And let me just label weighted average interest rate. And this would give you a total of 10 million in total liabilities. And so to find the weighted average interest rate, you would take this 480,000 divided by the 10 million. That would give you 4.8%, which is our weighted average rate. So to find our interest capitalized for 2018, you would take our 800,000 in the average accumulated expenditures multiplied by our interest rate, so 4.8%, multiplied by 6/12 because the interest rate is annual, and here, since our fiscal year only includes 6 months of construction costs, I'm going to multiply by 6/12, and you get a total of 19,200. So this would be your answer for the 2018 amount of interest capitalized. And in order to solve for 2019, first you need to find the total of all of these expenditures. When you add them together, you would arrive at 1,600,000. And then when you add in 1,600,000 plus our interest is capitalized, you would arrive at 1,619,200. And this is the amount outstanding at January 1st. And then if you look over here, on January 30th, 540 was incurred. So you would add 540 on January 30th. And as you can see up here, our project was completed on March 31st. So within 2019, we only have 3 months to work with. So within these 3 months, this number was outstanding for all 3 of those months. And it started in January and went all the way to March 31st. But then this one was only there for 2/3 of the time, or 2 months out of 3. So in order to find our average accumulated expenditures for 2019, so you would get 1,619,200 because it's 100% of the cost. Add 360,000. Total would arrive at 1,979,200. And so in order to calculate the interest capitalization, you would take your 1,979,200 number multiplied by our weighted average interest rate multiplied by 3/12, because this time the project ends on March 31st, so you would only need 3 months of the annual interest rate, and that would arrive at 23,007.50. Oh, it's actually 700,350. Yes, that's right. So your answer for this question would be, for 2018, it would be 19,200, and for 2019 it would be 23,750. That is all for interest capitalization.